If you're like me and you shoot weddings and events and a bunch of different kinds of video and you're looking for an affordable, modern, cool light, then this is what you need. Check this out. What's up guys, Miriam here from Camera to Freedom, and I've been shooting videos for 18 years. A lot of weddings, a lot of events, and commercials here and there. And lights is something that is super important when it comes to shooting video, right? I do own a bunch of different kind of lights, small lights, medium lights, those big barn door lights. But when it comes to shooting weddings and events, I don't want to carry those big lights with me. And the tiny ones are, of course, useless. But those big lights are a little too much. I mean, I have friends who have taken those big lights and light the whole reception area during wedding, and it kind of ruins the vibe. It brightens it up too much. I mean, yes, their video might look great, but it ruins the whole vibe. All the uplighting and the hanging lights that they've set up, it just kind of, everyone gets blinded, and it just doesn't have a cool vibe, and you're kind of ruining the wedding a little bit by doing that, right? So I've always been, courteous of that and always carried around a small light with me. This is my go-to light. This is the kind of light, an LED regular plastic light that I've had for a very long time, and I've gone through many different versions of these lights as it gets slightly better every year. And it does the job. Battery, turn on the light and light the subject, and that's that. That's what lights do, right? But now, 2021, this Weeylite RB9, it is more than just a light. It's got a bunch of cool features. It's practically like a little computer. And I'm gonna talk about all the features about this light, but there are two features that I've never experienced before on a light like this that really blew my mind, that made me feel like that this is the modern 2021 light that I think everybody should get. I mean, first off, it's only $99. It's very affordable. So that's a plus because, I'm a cheap kind of guy. I've always been cheap. All my accessories are kind of cheap. I don't really go out there and get the Aperture brand and those expensive $800 lights, but I try to avoid the cheap lights as well too. So I'm somewhere in the middle where it's affordable but has great quality. So this Weeylite RB9 at 99 bucks is amazing value for what it offers. So I'm gonna talk about the features that it already has, and then at the end of it, I'm gonna talk about the two features that is a game changer that convinced me that this is a light that everybody should get, okay? I know I'm kind of, blowing smoke on this light right here, but it's pretty exciting. So first off, this light is made out of aluminum. It's got an awesome brushed black look to it. Everything is metal. It's got a good weight to it. So it looks amazing. It looks very modern. I mean, compared to the cheap plastic light that I have here, right? This is what I'm used to. A lot of my lights are just made out of plastic. The big ones are made out of metal, but still, I'm gonna avoid that. That's not the same category. So when it comes to this mobile modern light, everything is kind of cheap, but it does the job. I'm not knocking it, but this one, it just looks amazing. Look at the color. I mean, it's got red buttons, and it also has a little screen. This little screen here, it shows you how strong your brightness is. You could bring it down just by pushing the button, and then it also tells you your Kelvin. You have full control Kelvin of 2500 Kelvin to 8500 Kelvin, from the warmest to the lightest. So that's amazing. I know a lot of the LED lights nowadays do have that feature. So yes, I'm just mentioning that this also has that feature as well too. So that's really neat. The lumen is 1150 lumen. So it's pretty bright. It's not as bright as my little guy because as you can see, there's way more LED bulbs here compared to this little dude right here. But it's just about a stop less. So it still does the jobs. It's bright enough for me that, I'm gonna show you some of the examples of the wedding that I recently shot using this light, and it does the job. It lights the subject really well, so it's good enough for me. And another thing that I really love about this is that it has a built-in lithium battery. The other lights that I have that has built-in battery, they kind of last about an hour. So it's not practical for me to take that to a wedding. I do take it with me, but I do have a backup light because I need more than an hour, a little more than an hour to finish shooting my reception, right? Like the speeches, the cake cutting, the first dance. You know, you kind of turn it on when it's time. The dance lasts about 4 minutes. The speeches last about 10, 15 minutes. So it kind of accumulates to a little bit more than an hour. So my other lights that only has an hour of built-in battery power, it almost becomes kind of useless for me to take. I don't trust it, right? I need better power. But this thing here has 2 hours of battery life. And to me, that's just enough. I kind of need like an hour and a half at the most, and it kicks in an extra 30 minutes of power that I need. But you know, at 2 hours, it's still not that great, right? You feel kind of worried about it still, but it hasn't failed me. So 2 hours is just enough for me. Another thing that I really love about this is that you can control this with your phone. So I have a phone app over here that allows you to control, right? There it is. And it allows me to control different colors. It has spectrum of every color that you could think of. It's all in here, not just red, green, and blue like some of the lights might just offer, but every spectrum of color. And this thing is pretty dope. It has an ability to charge your phone. So it's got a little USB-C connection on the, where is it at? Where are you, USB-C? Oh, it's right over here on the bottom part of the light. It has a USB-C connection that it uses to charge this, but you could plug that and plug the other end of the cable to your phone, and you could now charge your phone. You could charge your phone. So it's pretty cool. If your phone dies out, and you know, because I mean, obviously it happens, right? A lot when you go to a wedding and then all of a sudden, or an event, and then your phone is about to die out, and if you could spare some power from this thing, then you could charge your phone. So that's kind of neat. The fact that you could just use this as a power bank, right? I mean, you can't use this as a power bank. So that's really cool. Another cool feature that this thing has is that it also comes with a couple of this little cool little device. So what this is it's a complete stand for you to do selfie videos, vlog, Zoom. I've been doing a lot of Zoom videos and you know, live communications through, that's what everybody's been doing that, right? During this pandemic times, everybody's using Zoom and FaceTime and Google Meet to have conversations and have meetings and so on. And this light, this company here thought about that, and instead of just giving us a light, it gave us a whole device over here that you connect the stand to the bottom. It's a phone holder. You could then put this little mount on the bottom over here real quick. All right, yeah, I will touch it on that. Okay, cool. Here we go. Pop this out a little bit. All right, put your phone in there. Let me, actually I haven't tried this with my iPhone 12 Max, but I'm going to see if it's big enough to reach that. Okay, if it's just enough, and then you get to put your light on top right over here, just like this. Boom. And there you go. You get to just tighten that up a little bit, and you get to, you know, just put it on a desk, put it on a book, and you could, wait, okay, obviously this light is backwards right now, right? But you get to light yourself up and you could have Zoom conversations with your phone. That's kind of neat. You know, they sell ring lights and a bunch of other devices that light you up with a phone stand, and it's kind of big, but the fact that you could do this with this as well, just an extra gift, that's pretty dope. So thank you, Weeylite, for hooking it up with an extra little bonus to do Zoom, because we all know that's what we're doing nowadays. So that's really cool. I'll take this back out. Two reasons why this light is a game changer for me and why I love it. Now, this kind of blows my mind. It might not blow your mind as much as it blows my mind, but it also comes with a silicone dome diffuser, okay? Now, first off, it already has a little diffuse, you know, cover in the front that kind of softens up the light a little bit, right? So if I was to, let me turn this on real quick and light myself up real quick. I'm gonna bring down the power a little bit. So this is at, let's see, 70%. Okay, and it's pretty bright. I like it. It's pretty bright. But this thing comes with a diffuser. On top of the fact that it does make your light a lot softer around the edges. It's not as sharp. It's kind of blends in just a little bit more, like how my softbox light is doing. Not as good as a softbox, but just enough that it's not a harsh light. But the reason why I love it is because for some crazy reason, I don't know why they've never done it before, but they've made it where, as you can see, also the side of it lights up. The side of it lights up. Okay, this is to me the game changer, because I remember seeing John Wick movie behind the scene, and they use a circle ball light and to light Keanu Reeves. And I was like, oh, that's really smart. It's not just a regular light that's coming directly down at him. It lights up the whole area as he's walking around. The person holding the grip that's holding the light will just hold that ball of light and follow him around. And now that's become very popular. Now I have friends who, you know, have those lights, own those lights, and they use them. I personally don't have them because, you know, like I said, I'm cheap. So I just don't want to spend that kind of money buying a big ball of light that I feel like I'm not going to use as much, or just difficult to carry around, because I do work a lot by myself. So I have to be very mobile. So as you can see my face, all right, here it's lighting my face a little bit all the way to, so well, good, all the way to the side. So you can see that it kind of lights me up just right about here. So I get a full 180 spectrum of light. Right, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice because what I'm so used to doing is using this kind of light. Like, for example, when I'm shooting wedding reception speeches, right? The best man stands on the left, you got the bride and groom, and then the maid of honor is on the right, and they're kind of far apart, so that when I need to light them up, I kind of adjust the light to the best man, and then when he's done, then I kind of turn the light to aim at the maid of honor talking. So, you know, because this light obviously just hits a little less than 180, right? It's kind of more focused forward. There's their level of almost like 45 degrees, a little bit wider, that it lights. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm used to. That's how it is. But this, to me, does an amazing job. Let me make this a little bit more brighter. Does an amazing job just lighting up, you know, multiple areas, right? I mean, like, I could just kind of like leave it here and just, it gets lit up a lot more degrees. So I really love using this. And I used it for a speaker that I just filmed, and I had one of the guys just hold the light on a stick, on a little monopod, light just at 45 degrees. It just gives you a little bit more with when it comes to light. So I really like it. It's really neat. It's kind of weird, right? And the design is so good that when you put the light in here, it doesn't get flushed to the edge. There's something that stops it, that holds it in place, and there's a gap that, you know, it never gets flushed forward, that you don't lose the sides. So it's a great, smart design, and that is really cool. So anyways, that's really neat. I'm gonna turn the light back on and talk about the other feature that I really love. So this Weeylite RB9 has 29 different scenes of light effect. Scenes like watching a TV, fireworks. You would have to get a bunch of different color light and just kind of shake it around too. And, you know, even something simple as like someone watching a TV, right? It's kind of difficult to create with just a regular plastic light like this, right? I mean, you have to kind of put some diffuser on in front of it and, you know, kind of shake it around, block it and unblock it. It was kind of tough. You know, it was fun. We did it, but it didn't look right. It just didn't look proper. But with the fact that this Weeylite RB9 has that ability to give you special effects, 29 different special effects, that it's pretty awesome. I mean, if you are a filmmaker, if you do short films, then you definitely need to get something like this, because there's going to be a time where you're going to need lightning flashes, you know, light bulbs blinking out, flames, welding, birthday candles. It's got a lot of cool little light tricks. So it's really neat that this light can do something like that. I mean, it's got so much features compared to just this light. I mean, why spend, I don't know, this thing maybe costed me about $60, if not less. you could get it a lot cheaper nowadays. But for only $99, I swear to God, it's not an infomercial. You get the ability to have full Kelvin control from warm to lightest, made out of metal. It's a power bank. It has color ranges from all spectrum. Cool scene effect, and that awesome dome that lights up the subject at 180 degrees. So I'll tell you what, guys, if you need to get yourself a light this year, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other awesome lights out there that I haven't seen yet. But you know, this is a light that I came across and I'm super excited about it, and it's only 99 bucks. So if you're looking for a light for 2021, I got a link below where you could get this light. 99 bucks. It's awesome. Get it. If you finished watching this video all the way to the end, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for that. Please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.